Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Dani and today I want to share with you the 22 series that I am trying to prioritize. So I have a spreadsheet that I track pretty much everything related to my reading life. So I have all the books that are on my bookshelf, I have it logged on my spreadsheet. I have all the books that as I finish them, I have like a 2023, all the books that I'm reading and a bunch of stats that I love to track. And I also have a series tracker. I'm going to show you an image here, what it kind of looks like, but it is heavily based on Ali from Hardbook Hoarder's spreadsheet. So I'm not going to share the link with you. You can check her channel to see her spreadsheet and everything that she does there. But I edited some things, made it my own, but it's based on hers. But I have here 22 series that are my priority. So I have the top priority, which I try to keep it at 5. And then all the rest are books that they're series that I'm prioritizing to start. So just really series that I want to start soon. And then I have to pick, like I myself, because I decided that for myself, I have to pick 5 that are going to be on the top priority after I started them. And then all the others are in progress or caught up or DNF. There are a few other options. There's also the ones that are not started because I'm not prioritizing them to start yet. But I want to talk about the ones that I am, that are on the top of my TBR list. Maybe this will help me actually read them because I keep saying that they are a priority. Why did I choose this word? This is really hard. But I keep saying that and then I don't read them. But here we are. So let's start with the ones that I have already started and that I really want to continue, but I'm not doing that. So the first one, and this is not in any particular series, I think it's just alphabetical order, maybe. But the first one is the Monk and Robot series by Becky Chambers. There are 2 books in the series. They're tiny novellas. This is all, no, not this one. This one. This is the only one, this is all that I have to read to be caught up on the series. Or to finish it. I don't know if there's going to be more, but this is all that I need to read, and I haven't read yet. It has 150 pages. This is ridiculous. I'm probably going to read this month because it is on my TBR, my potential TBR for the Magical Readathon and for the M&ms. Actually, just for the M&ms. So maybe, but this series is about a monk and a robot that are traveling around Earth and just talking about life. It is very much just a discussion about life and about humans and humanity and all of that. So it's really adorable and I enjoyed the first one a lot. So I need to get caught up or finish a series. If she doesn't announce anything, I'm going to consider this a completed series when I read the second one. But for now, I don't know if there's going to be more. But this is the first one. The next one is the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. I also have the whole trilogy. This was very kindly gifted to me by Kelsey from Reading with Kelsey. And I read the first one twice. And I have not continued the series. The first time that I read it, I gave it 5 stars and I loved it so much. But then the second time, it kind of disappointed me a bit. It felt more confusing than actually revolutionary when I knew where we were going. So I need to read 2 books to complete the series and I should. But also I've heard only mediocre things about the second and the third. Everyone says the first one is the best one. So like it makes me less intrigued to keep reading. But I will finish the series. The next one is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I've read all of her other books, which are 2, Babel and Yellowface, and I've only read Poppy War, like the first one, and I have still to read these 2. I really enjoyed it. This is an Asian-inspired fantasy series in which this girl goes to a military magical school, and there are gods influencing a lot of decisions here. There's a lot of the military training part, which I did enjoy. And it was a really good book. I just did not like the characters so much. I did not like how young they felt and how immature they felt and how the lack of adults in the story. So I didn't continue. Not even because of that, because I was reading other stuff. But I need to read The Dragon Republic and The Burning God to finish this series. I love how they look together. I really love the colors that they picked here. The next one is an ongoing series and it's a mystery series, which is The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. This is going to take me longer to get caught up or to finish because it's ongoing. I don't know how long the series is going to be. Maybe at some point I'll decide to DNF it, I don't know. But I read the first one and I really enjoyed it so much. It's so funny. It's about this retirement village in which the older characters are trying to solve murders, basically. And it's just hilarious. I really love the humor in it. So I have to read the second one. I started buying them in paperback, so I have to wait until the next one is available in paperback as well. So I only have 2, but I know there are maybe 4 already out. So hopefully I'll continue this soon because it was really fun. I don't want to forget what happened on the first one before I continue. And last but not least, on my top priority, the top 5 series that I want to prioritize is A Touch of Light by Thiago Abdallah. I'm counting this as having already started because I read A Prelude to Ashes, which is the prequel to the series, and I've been dying to read this. This is it's the start of an epic fantasy series. I don't know if it's going to be 3 or 4 books, but the first 2 are already out, and the third one, I think the cover was already announced. So I really want to start this soon because this book was signed and personalized for me, and I'm just real hoping I'm gonna love it. And I am expecting to love it. The prequel was amazing. This is an epic series that we're following a lot of different characters, and there are griffins, and just this big world with a lot of people betraying each other and making alliances and like all of that. And this is a setup that I do enjoy a lot. So I'm hoping to read this month, actually. It is on my TBR to read this month. So those are the top 5. The top 5 series that I want to prioritize to continue. And now there's the rest, which are 17 series that I want to start. I should not be trying to start so many because I have a lot of series in progress that I could be reading instead of starting those ones, but those are the ones that I'm more excited for. These are all series that I at least own the first book. That's why they're here. I don't have any series on my list that I don't own. And like I said, not in any particular order, but the first one here is First Law by Joe Abercrombie. I've been wanting to read this series, his whole Universal series, for a long time, but since Best Served Cold was announced, I bumped it up on the priority because I want to read the book before the movie comes out. And Best Served Cold is the 4th book in the series, so I have to read a whole trilogy before I get to that. And I have not I have started the first book, but I have not finished the first book yet, so I'm not counting that I started the series yet. This again is as far as I know, as far as I've read, it's a more of a medieval inspired fantasy. The first book is very not plot focused, it's character focused, but very slow. And I'm enjoying it. I like his writing and I like this world. It's just very, very slow. So it's taking me a little bit longer, but it is one that I want to start and focus on it soon. Then we have A Chorus of Dragons by Jen Lyons. I'm gonna put the images here. I'm not gonna try to grab all the books, but I'm gonna put the images here. And this series is already finished, I think. It's 4 or 5 books. And I own the first 2 already, and I don't know anything about it. I know that JD Ray Reads loved the series, and it's one of her favorite series, so that's what made me more interested in starting it. I know a lot of people don't like the way that the story is told. I don't know what that means. I don't know why. But I don't know anything about the plot. But it's here, and it is one that I want to start soon. Then we have Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians by Brandon Sanderson. This one is already finished as well. I have the entire series, and it is middle grade, so it should be a quick read, but I have not started it yet. I've put it in a lot of different TBRs, and even Buddy Reads, but I didn't start it. But it is about this boy who discovers that his family has superpowers, maybe? I might be making that up. But it is very comical. It's compared to A Series of Unfortunate Events in terms of humor, which is one of my favorite humors in books. So I'm really hoping I'm gonna love it, and I need to start and finish it. Then we have Alex Stern by Lee Bardugo. This is the Ninth House and Hellbent series. I think it's going to be more, I don't know. And I know it's a dark academia fantasy series, so they are in Oxford, maybe? And there's a secret society, and that's as far as I know. And I have both of those books, Ninth House and Hellbent, and I really want to start it because I wanted Hellbent, the Indigo edition, because I love the cover. It's red, and there's the weird rabbit on the cover, and I really wanted it, so I bought the Ninth House and Hellbent just because I wanted the second one in the series. So now I have to read the whole thing. Then we also have Area X, The Southern Reach by Jeff Vandermeer. This is a trilogy that's also already completed. The first book is Annihilation. I never know how to say that word. There was also a movie. I watched the movie, don't remember much about it, and I did start the first book earlier this year, but I never finished the book, but I was enjoying it. It's weird, and you never know what is happening. Like, it's just a very weird book, but I was fascinated by it. It's about this area that there's just like weird, maybe alien, maybe paranormal, maybe like something not real happening there. So it was fascinating, but I have not finished the first book. I stopped the end after that just because I stopped reading and went to read something else. I never went back. But I want you. It seems like it's something that I would enjoy. Then I have Black Tongue by Christopher Billman. This one I have not heard a lot of people talking about it. I've heard some when it first came out, and then it kind of died down. I also know that the humor is really cool, but I don't know why, what type of humor that is. And I don't know what the story is about, but I really like the cover, and at the time when it came out, people were saying that was a good book, so I bought it. So now I have it and I have to start it. The next one is the Ernest Cunningham series by Benjamin Stevenson. This is a mystery series. The first one is right here, actually, and it is Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. I have no idea what the next books are going to be about, but this one is about this family that everyone killed someone. It seems to be very humorous as well, the way that the story is told. So I'm hoping to start it soon because it sounds like one of the funny mystery thrillers that I enjoy. Then we have Gentleman Bastard by Scott Lynch. This is the Liza Lamora and the rest of the series. I have not started any of that yet, and I've only heard amazing things. I also heard that it's like Six of Crows but adult, and there's a lot of banter between the characters, and that the character development is really good, and that's all I know. I don't know what the story is about, but it is on my priority. I have the first 3 books already in the series, so I should be starting it. There's also Remembrance of Earth's Past by Cixin Liu. This is a sci-fi trilogy that's also completed. There's a TV show coming out. I think the trailer was announced not long ago, and I did not watch it because I don't want to know anything before I read this series. I know it's very hard sci-fi and it's first contact with aliens. If that's not right, don't tell me. But I want to read it. I really like hard sci-fi, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Talking about sci-fi, I have The Expanse on my list by James S. Corey. This is a really long series that is already finished. I have the first book, and I have not started it yet. There's also a TV show. I know it's like spaceship, sci-fi, space opera, something. And I know a lot of people love it. That's why it's on my list. I don't know anything else about it. And this is the one I think most people are going to tell me that I should be reading, and it is the First Year Trilogy by Robin Hobb. I want to read her whole work if I enjoy the first one, but I already own the first 2 books in the First Year Trilogy, so I should be reading it. It is The Assassin Apprentice and the next one. I don't remember what the name is, but this is another one that I know it's very slow, it's character driven, and it's brutal, and it's going to make me cry. And I don't know anything else, but I want to read it. The next one on my list is The 5 Penalties by Marina Lassiter. And this is, I think there are already 2 books out. The first one is The Helm of Midnight, and I have not heard a lot of people talking about it. But the ones that I have really enjoyed it. I don't know if it's a 5-star series for anyone, but it seems to be a 4-star at least, and maybe that could mean I could really love it. So I own the first book, not the second one yet, at least, but I want to read it. Apparently again, don't know about the plot, but apparently one of the point of views is the villain, which is always fun, so I'm curious about it. We're getting to the end here, bear with me. The next one is the Green Bond Saga by Fonda Lee. First book, Jade City. I have it, I own it, I got it as a gift, and I am very curious. I've gone back and forth in my want to read the series or not, because it's been compared to The Godfather, and it's like mafia fantasy. I have no idea what to expect from that, but a lot of people that I have a lot of similar tastes with has really loved it, so I want to see what it is about. The next one is a YA series that I have on this list, and it is The Left-Handed Booksellers of London by Garth Nix. The only Garth Nix that I have read before, it was a long time ago, it was Seventh Hour. No one knows about that book, but we own the whole series. It's like 7 books, I think, because the colors, the rainbow. And I really enjoyed it at the time, but I don't remember anything about it. I would love to reread it. And I know his most famous book is the series that has like Sabriel in it. I have not read that one. But I got the Left-Handed Booksellers of London as a gift for my birthday last year. I don't know who gifted it to me. There was no note and no one claimed it as their gift. So I don't know, but because it was a gift, I also want to start it really soon, and I already bought the second book. The second one is the Sinister Booksellers of Bath, I think. And it also sounds like it's going to have a really fun humor, so I'm curious to start it. Only 3 to go, and the next one is the Lycanius trilogy by James Islington. I read The Will of the Many by this author earlier this year. It's one of my favorite books of the year of life, and now I really want to even more start this. I already wanted to start a series, but now even more. And I don't know anything about the plot. Surprise, surprise. But I know I like his writing, and we'll see how I feel about the series. The next one is a fantasy trilogy that I now have completed, and it is the Tide Child series by R.J. Barker. Let me grab the first one. The first one is The Bond Ships, and I have this gorgeous editions by The Broken Binding. They're not only gorgeous in like the sprayed edges, make that image that is really pretty, but like the book itself is gorgeous. So I'm really hoping I'm gonna love it. I know it's a little bit piratey, and that they make the ships out of the bones of the dragons of the world, because there are no dragons anymore. So they use the bones to make the ships, and I think we're gonna have dragons in it. And last but not least, in the series that I want to prioritize to start, and that I have tried to start so many times already, is Discworld by Terry Pratchett. I put here the Industrial Revolution because it is the one that I own, the 5 books from the Industrial Revolution collection, which is The Truth, Monster Regiment, Going Postal, and the Going Postal trilogy. And I own all the 5 books, and I counting it as separate series because if I counted Discworld, I'm not gonna ever finish it. It's too overwhelming. So we're counting it just the 5 book series. But I started The Truth so many times, and I have not. Like, it didn't grab me as I wanted it in the beginning. I really love the humor, I love his commentary, but the story is not grabbing me yet. But maybe I'll try starting with Going Postal. I know that's also an okay place to start, and maybe it will be better for me that way. So those are the 22 series that I am trying to prioritize, even that I have started already or that I want to start. Now you can go in the comments and vote for which book series that I should focus on, that you want me to read. And maybe I can put that as a prompt on the M&ms board, and then I'll just randomize a comment from here and see what you want me to read and go from there, because that would be a great way to force me to actually read the series. So let me know in the comments which one you want me to read, and also if you've read any of this, and if maybe you don't want me to read one of them, you don't think I'm gonna like them, I would love to know what you think. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye!